What's going on YouTube? You're back with Shades. We're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we finally had a one-to-one chat with Misha, and, we realized that she is significantly depressed, significantly upset over being rejected by Shizune. She is a lesbian, which is why she doesn't get around. I'm okay with it now. But, wow, I've never been in a situation like this. And I hope to never actually be in this situation, but I can understand Misha's position of liking someone who likes someone else, and I can't do anything about it. So let's move on, shall we? Yeah, I guess that's right, Chi-chan. Yeah. Do you want to know what I think? Shizune is the type of person who won't let anyone get close to her except on her terms. It's frustrating, sometimes it's even infuriating. That probably wouldn't have bothered me when I was in the hospital and anyone who shut me out was dead to me. I'd forgotten all about it until recently. I got a letter and that was all about it. I was mad. I thought, how can you accuse me of closing myself off from everyone and giving up? Isn't that what everyone else did to me? What else am I supposed to do? What can I do? Yeah, even now I know that's how it happened, but she was right too. I did close myself off. So I made up my mind. I'm not going to let that be the case ever again. Am I capturing my cursor? Yes, I am. The hospital? He-chan. Is that what those pills are for? Just listen, please. Shizune is the opposite of how I was. She has always wanted to draw people closer to her. That's the only reason Shizune was interested in me in the first place. I think. And I think it was determined to not let that happen in a way. Misha cast her eyes downward, understanding perfectly. I never realized how hard that can be. And now I feel like I'm going to return the favor, even if it takes twice as long. Oops, I didn't start my timer. This is going to be slightly longer. And now I feel like I'm going to return the favor, even if it takes twice as long. I already learned a second language just to get this far. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but it definitely was hard. Sometimes I feel like I was clawing my way up a mountain, and with how my hands hurt. And you did the same thing, and it was for the same reason, wasn't it? That's really amazing, which is why it makes me sad and a little angry that you would say a stupid thing like that. That's just what I believe, anyway. Her shoulders slump, and Misha almost slides to the floor, like she's drained of all energy. You're too dramatic, Ki-chan, she says while looking away, turning her head almost as if she wants to look out the school grounds, but not turning enough to do so. The door behind us opens, and the sound is only barely able to be heard over the ambient breeze. I've been looking everywhere for you two. Is this some secret meeting? She walks over to us, leaning against the fence next to Misha as if she needs to stop and catch her breath before pushing herself off it and continuing. I'm bored sitting in the student council room every day now, without either of you ever coming by. Taking some time off is fine, but this is just too much. Normally, Misha and I would be jokingly making excuses for ourselves at this point. This time it's only silence. Shizune, always expecting resistance, is thrown off balance by the lack of it. A few seconds pass in uneasy silence, which Shizune breaks with an ear-shattering snap of her fingers, smiling as if to say, Eureka. Let's do something together. Like what? Anything. We should go to the student council room first, then figure it out from there. This seems like a trick to get us to do work instead. Very funny. Hold on, they didn't type, Hisao's text in brackets. Is he saying it out loud? And is Misha translating? Misha laughs, managing to let out a restrained wahaha. That Shizune can't see it makes it feel better. It means it wasn't only for her benefit. I was thinking that you both could actually help me with something. What else is there? We can't go out to eat. We already ordered in yesterday, and that was already breaking policy. 3 days in a row would be unforgivable. But that was ordering in, Shi-chan. Going out to eat is different. Yeah, totally different. You're both kidding yourselves. Before I can reply, Shizune grabs my hand, limiting my ability to do so. My options cut down so drastically, I have no choice but to settle for making a face at her instead. She makes one back before extending her hand to Misha as well. When Misha is reluctant to take it, I walk forward as far as holding on to Shizune at the same time that will allow me, and take her hand myself. This only has a second to smile before Shizune starts pulling us impatiently toward the door, binding us together like a human chain. Aw, this is so sweet. Not gonna lie, it is quite adorable. That is really sweet. Who's the random lady with the parasol? Oh wait, we're on the ground now. Never mind. Although it's dangerous, none of us seem to think of letting go at any step of the way through the school, out of the doors, across the grounds. This feels familiar, as if we've walked like this before. The three of us, hand in hand. Of course, the mood was a lot happier then. Even though the mood's not happy, it's still a sweet moment. A moment of them being like, hey, we're still friends, right? Yeah. Yeah, we are. I can see the lingering sadness on their faces, and it makes me wonder if anything has really changed, if this is just a distraction or not, but I think it's just me slipping back into being cynical because of the moment. It's a start. What's with the fade to white? Oh, we're passing into a new chapter. Who is that young one? Who is this? Is that a younger Shizune? Huh, she always had the hair length then. Okay, so we pass into a new chapter. Once again, I'm not sure how close we are to the end, but I feel like we've just passed the whole hard part, meaning like what makes it emotionally difficult for everyone involved. So I'm guessing now we're gonna hit the climax soon. On a day later, the weekend had already arrived. I dropped a heavy stack of books on the librarian's desk, not meaning to slam them, but they weigh so much that it happens anyway. Yuko bolts out of her chair with enough force to dislodge her glasses. She barely holds onto them. Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm here to return all those books I was supposed to. That's great, but I wish you had brought them back sooner. It wouldn't be a problem if the library had more copies of everything, but it doesn't, and they act like it's my fault. They? Other students, they can be, pretty pushy. Sorry, it kinda just slipped my mind. It's been a rough couple of days. Oh, I suppose you don't want to talk about it. Yuko meekly turns to the task of logging on the books I'd brought back as returned, treating them with extreme care and precision. She's like a bomb disposal technician rather than a librarian. Over the past couple of days, I've been thinking about something Misha said. Of course, I thought about everything she said, but one thing in particular keeps coming back. She talked about how she didn't want to miss people or think about being apart from them anymore. When I recall those words, they stopped me cold, like a sharp slap across the cheek. In just a few months, we'll be graduating. Misha and Shizune were nearly inseparable, but after graduation, they may not see each other ever again. I wonder if that is the thought we all start. I wonder if that's what. I wonder if that's the thought that started all of this. If Misha were to talk and were trying to talk to Shizune about it, Shizune likely wouldn't think about it at all. It would sadden her, and for that reason, she would try to toss it away. For someone like Shizune, who is so quick to suppress her worries, it would be easy. Misha turned out to be more sensitive than she seemed. It would have crushed her, even more so because Shizune's reaction would come off as pretty cold. I don't know if that's how Shizune handled it, but it seemed likely, and I can understand why she would act that way. I can also understand why Misha would be troubled by the thought of drifting away from someone who is an important part of her. I'd never thought about graduation until that moment. I can definitely understand this feeling because going through school, high school, middle school, college, doesn't matter. You make friends that you feel will last a lifetime. But as time goes by, as years go by, you slowly realize that there are some people you're never going to see again. Some people who you thought were your friends in high school, who you thought were people worth your time, who you thought will always be a part of your life. And at some point, they're no longer going to be a part of your life. And at some point, some of those people are going to drop off. Some of those people are never going to be seen again. And some of those people probably will forget you. I know I've forgotten a few people from my high school who I thought were my friends. But in all honesty, it happens. It's part of life, and it hurts, especially when it's people who've been such a like a large part of your life. But unfortunately, it happens. And I'm gonna walk away from the subject before I get too sad about it. Then I began to think things like, has it really only been less than a year? I started thinking of everyone I've met, not only Shizune and Misha, but everyone else. They were fond thoughts. Then I thought of losing them. Suddenly I could understand Misha's anxieties. Oops, turn off the music. Hello? Put it back. It would be nice to talk to someone about it. Actually, I kinda wanna. With whom? I could sense an obvious tinge of apprehension in her voice. With you. Really? Are you sure? Why me? Because you're an adult. That's it? That's... Wincing, she fidgets a little in her seat, trying to get comfortable in a pretty uncomfortable looking way. I guess this means she's okay with it. Is it hard being an adult? Yes. Oh, poor Yuko. I don't think that I'm old, though. It's surprising that students now, like Shizune and you, wear stuff like perfumes or cologne. I never did. I still don't use them. Yo, Yuko is me. Yuko is me. I mean, I use cologne, but like I sometimes forget to put it on. By the way, you're not wearing your grape cologne today. Yeah, it wasn't working out for me. Oh, that's good. I thought the same thing. Sorry. Yuko looks genuinely sorry. I feel a pang of guilt. I smile despite myself. A tiny lie like that can come back to bite me in the butt. Hello. Someone I know brought up that we're going to be graduating, and I realized that I've never thought about it before. I feel stupid that I could go so long and never think about these things. I've met a lot of great people, and I never thought about what it's going to be like to graduate and maybe never see them again. Ugh, I've thought about this way too much. There are still ways you can keep in touch. Yeah, but that requires time, and time you don't have most of the time. God. Yeah, I guess. I feel childish. I know everyone's going through the same thing, probably. I bet you hear this kind of problem a lot. No, I haven't been working here that long. I'm worried about the same thing when I graduated from high school. I didn't go to school here though. I also miss my friends, and I wish I'd kept in touch with them better. I should have tried harder. Most people think that, but in all honesty, you just slowly realize that the person you were when you were younger is not the person you are today. And the person you are when you were younger made friends for that person that you were when you were younger. The person you are now makes different friends. Believe it or not. Yuko isn't really helping me feel better, and she clams up quickly when she sees it on my face. I don't want to look back and have those same regrets. I wonder if Shizune ever thinks about that kind of stuff, because she goes on sometimes about how she doesn't want to live with any regrets. Wow, that sounds impossible to me. I nod, only halfway wanting to agree. Even so, I think it's kind of admirable too. Kind of brave, don't you think? Brave is a new way to put it. Yuko shakes her head insistently. Sorry about that, guys. Just adjusting the pop filter again. It's true, though. It's also kind of intimidating. Geez, you shouldn't be intimidated by high schoolers. I'll try. She turns away to start folding a sticky note over and over. Pretty idle behavior for a university student, but more importantly, I wonder if I said the wrong thing to her. Being around Shizune for so long, I can't stop reading as much as I can into every moment of silence. Ugh. If Yuko were the type of person who didn't get intimidated by high schoolers, it probably wouldn't be so easy to talk to her. It's all too easy to want to shed some negative qualities of yours. When I think of everyone I know, it's those qualities that I like the best. I don't think I really regret it. I thought that as long as I could remember the good times, that was enough. I don't know. Sorry. I noticed a couple students starting to trickle into the library and decide that my time is up. No, that was helpful. Oops, crap. I feel like the two of my friends are fighting because one of them is taking the fact that we might not see each other again after we graduate really hard, and the other is probably being stoic about it, which makes it worse. I don't get how I'm supposed to handle this kind of situation. It doesn't seem like the kind of problem where I'll have to end up taking a side, but it could turn out that way, and I don't have no idea what I'm gonna do. You should tell them they shouldn't fight. I know, fighting is bad. It's not Shizune and Misha, by the way. Uh-huh. Like when you say that, like it just makes it weirder. That like it makes it more obvious that that's exactly who you're talking about. Okay, I really wasn't thinking that though. How embarrassing, even though I knew it would be. I still feel my cheeks redden, and even so, I still said something that's so transparent and blatantly a lie. But it could be that sometimes that is the right way. Do you have any books about people who have to make hard decisions? You have a lot of self-help books. It's funny that I can find that surprising because I wouldn't have only a few months ago. I meant about, not for. There aren't many, right? Yes, not many, I mean. Though I feel a bit apprehensive about it, I want to talk to Shizune. I don't understand why I feel nervous about it. That disgusts me a little. Sorry, I have to clear my nose. I don't know why, but every single time I record, like, my nose gets stuffed up. There's always visual novels, too, that stuff my nose up. It also motivates me to look right for her, right then and there, although I don't have to look very hard. She's in the student council room as always. Worryingly, Misha isn't with her. When Shizune notices me and looks up from her paperwork, the first thing I ask is where she is. I don't know. There's so much uncertainty in her answer that I can't let it go just like that. She's missing a lot of school. Are you the attendance police? That's really strange coming from the student council president. Shizune hides a laugh behind a cupped hand, and I start to think that I might be worrying for nothing, but then her laughter slowly fades away to a more serious and pensive expression. You're right. Yesterday. I catch the hint of a knowing smile on her face when she sees my poorly hidden panic at the word. Despite her best effort, she can't help but being satisfied and eliciting a surprise from everyone else to the very end. Even then, I can see that she has bigger concerns for how quickly her smile vanishes. Before either of you noticed me, I saw what you were saying. I'm not stupid. If I hadn't, I could still see through Misha while we were walking back, even if she hadn't told me everything later. She didn't make a big deal out of it, but anyway, you look at it, it's my fault anyway, isn't it? What did she tell you? Shine winces at the question, though it's clear she's been expecting it. She follows it up with a very grand gesture. A lot. Like that I can be selfish and confusing. I try too hard to bring people around me, then push them away. I didn't know what I should do. I thought she was right to mention all those things, so I just agreed with her, but that only made things worse. I don't understand. Shit. Adjusting her glasses, she looks pretty tired. I hope it isn't because she's been busy avoiding Misha, but I can't help considering the possibility, seeing where this conversation is going. It's true, even the student council being this small and us always being swamped with work is my fault. I might have ended up driving a lot of people off and away from the student council acting like that. Not wrong. I mean, yes, you have to be a bit pushy to get people to join an organization, but you can't be too pushy or else people are just like, no, I don't want to work with that bitch. Then again, she's graduating, so this doesn't make any sense. What the hell? She's now wags a finger mischievously, acknowledging that might be is an understatement. However, from how weirdly she does it, it's obvious that humor is only going to put me at ease, and therefore not genuine. Like Lily, for instance. She was the first person to join when I started trying to recruit people again after everyone else left, because they couldn't stand me, I guess. We managed to put together the last festival, and even ran a booth together at the last minute. But I didn't like her because I thought she was selfish, always holding us up in order to tend to one friend of hers or another, and leaving Misha and me alone to sort out things involving the school by ourselves. If there was any problem she was going through, she would leave us high and dry while she panicked over it, and wouldn't come back until it's solved. She would focus on it 100%. And be too preoccupied to focus on any student council work. That was the worst to me, that she could be so nice and still take so many people for granted. Why even join the student council then? It seems so short-sighted and selfish, don't you think? But it's actually me who's that way. Like Misha said, always trying to pull people close to me and then shutting them out. That's how I've treated her, which makes me a bad friend. And it feels like I did the same to you then, so I guess I'm a bad girlfriend too. Even if Misha says that you might as well replace her. Whoa, what the fuck? That's a little extreme. I'm angry that I screwed things up enough for it to get this out of hand. All that I wanted was to. She pauses to look for the right words, tinting her fingers in concentration. Make people happy, I think. Even though that seems like a simple way to put it. As she rests her head against her hand, Shizune's bangs fall delicately across her eyes, hidden behind those polished glasses reflecting just the tiniest bit of light. It may be wrong to think so, but right now she seems especially beautiful, like a more complete person. No CG? Fine. I'll take it. It feels like this is my first chance to respond to her outpouring of emotions. Replacing Misha as Shizune's interpreter? Misha must be joking. It took all my energy to keep up with her just now, just her signing filled with gestures that I've never seen before. Likely their habits picked up from Misha and developed from years of them being together. I could never replace someone so close to her. I like you because I like you, not because I got tricked into it by you. Despite how hard she tried anyway, I continued to stare back into her eyes, as sharp as ever. The first time I saw them, they had seemed a bit intimidating to me, like the eyes of a predator. That hasn't changed, which I find reassuring. I still want to make everyone happy. Starting with Misha? Shizune looks a bit annoyed that I would imply that she would start with anyone else, and smiles confidently, as though a friend's sadness is a physical opponent she can just struggle into submission. Of course, obviously, naturally. Taking off her glasses, she leans... Whoa! That pose looks weird without her glasses on. Taking off her glasses, she leans back into her chair and lets out a sigh. It's the first time I've seen her without them on, but I don't get a good look before she slips them back on. But I'm too tired to start today. First thing tomorrow. Do you want to help? Yeah. And I have other student council stuff you could help me with while you're at it. Although it turns out that there isn't much other work at all. Okay. Cool. I think it's a good place to stop for now. I have a minute left in my timer, and this is a wipe, so perfect timing, correct? So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from the series, there's a knock at the door. Hit the subscribe button, and you're now exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and we're gonna see who's knocking in the next one. See you guys later. Bye-bye.